Hey everybody, and welcome back to the vlog. Hey guys. Well, this is going to be a good one. This is where I steal cars from a mafia boss and two connected men. Whatever that means. I don't know, but that's what I was doing. To save our boy Roy's ass. Because he sold 3 tag jobs to mafia people. And one of the 3, which was the boss, which was the Corvette that I had to get back. One of the 3, Joey Bikini was involved with. Now, although once they realized I knew more about tagging cars than Roy did, now I am in. I am no longer just the kid that steals cars and drops them off and that's it. So now I'm actually part of what was really going on here. Joey was, I don't want to use the word scared, but Joey knew he effed up when I explained to him. And you got to look at the other video, this one right here. You got to look at this video. I don't want to keep rehashing because I'm trying to do these Roy stories in chronological order so I can get done with them, and that's going to be it. And again, this is 1973, 1974, when Roy DeMeo was a nobody. Now you're going to hear me talk about certain things and the way I talked to him and how I didn't get killed is beyond me. But Roy was just a wannabe. That's all he was. In 1974, he was nothing but an everyday, run-of-the-mill, wannabe gangster. But he really did become one. And man, and what a gangster he became. Okay, so now Joey's really concerned about these 3 tag jobs. 2 of them belonged to Roy. There were 2 Lincoln Continental Town cars. That was the official car for mafia guys. If you look at all the old news reels from the 70s, you'll all see them get into black Lincoln Town cars. That's what they all wanted. And I think most of them was tag jobs. Stolen cars that they altered the VIN numbers. So anyway, so now, Joey Bikini, Roy, I'm just going to call him Roy because I always F up his last name, and me. Now we're in the office, Joey's office in Jamaica, Queens. And now they're confiding in me. That man, they effed up. Roy's got 10 stolen cars out there in the neighborhood where he used to live in Brooklyn. He's gonna repossess them. That's what we're doing now. We're repossessing these cars because they're all potential kickbacks. After I explained to Joey and Roy the laws, how the system works, how ACU, which was the Auto Squad unit of the New York City Police Department, and Auto Crime Unit, how they work, they really knew they effed up. So now, Roy and Chris can't steal these 3 mafia guys' cars because if Chris gets caught, it's going to kick back to Roy and he'll probably get killed for selling them stolen cars. They didn't know they were stolen cars. They didn't know they were tag jobs. So so Joey and Roy go, nobody knows you in Brooklyn, Kevin. You're a great car thief. They're pumping me up, telling me how great I am. Meanwhile, let me stop right there. A great car thief. There's no such thing. Stealing a car is so easy, I could teach a 10-year-old in 5 minutes how to do it. There's no art to it. There's no special training. It's how fast you can get in the car, get it started, and take off, and if chase, get away. That's what makes a good car thief, okay? So they tell me that I got to get these cars because they can't take a chance on Roy doing it with one of his people or somebody that he knows in Brooklyn. I was from the Bronx. It was absolutely perfect choice for me to go and get these cars. So, and I thought about it too. So even if they're a mob guy, if they see some Irish kid trying to steal their car, are they going to shoot me? Are they going to kill me? I don't think so. They'll probably pull me out of the car and beat the crap out of me. So let me tell you what happens. So I do the 2 Lincolns first. So now I explained to Roy how I got to do this. Both of these Lincolns are parked in driveways in front of the guy's house. But that really didn't concern me. So once I told Roy how I have to do a Ford product, Lincoln, he didn't like it. So how I did it was I got this slide hammer right here. See how this is? It's got a sheet metal screw on the end. It's got I think a 7-pound cast iron thing that you slide, you pull it, you bang it. So what you do is you take and it's got a sheet metal screw on the end. You take it, you stick it in the ignition switch, and you crank it. And you can't crank it too much because you'll break the screw. If you break the screw, you can't steal the car because the screw is stuck in the ignition switch. So you really have to know. And you can't use a sheet metal screw more than once. Otherwise, when you pull it, again, the sheet metal screw breaks and you can't steal the car. Can't drive it. It's junk there. So I told him that I have to use the slide hammer. And he goes, but the guy parks right in front of his living room window. I said, I don't care. I'll get in the car so fast that even I stole so many cars that owners came up banging on the window. As soon as I Slim Jim the door open, boom, I'm in. I automatically elbow lock the car, and I don't care what happens around me. Car's locked, I'm in it. I don't care. So I was kind of nervous with this one. This one, it's 11 o'clock at night. Roy takes me there. He parks about a block up. It's a two-way street. It's an avenue, actually, two-way street. And he's double parked a block away, and he's got a pair of binoculars. So he's going to watch the whole thing. And boy, am I glad he did. So I walk up to the car. I slide open the door lock, boom, I'm in, click, I lock the door. Now I could see where the front of the car is, and Lincolns are like 20 feet long. Where the front of the car is where the staircase leads up to where the front door is. And the picture window is right there, so I'm watching everything. So I get in the car, Roy can't see me because I'm in the driveway now. He's up the street. So I lock the door, I take my slide hammer, and I used to use one of these. See one of these pockets here? Just put my slide hammer right in there, get in there, boom. That's why I wore this jacket, because that's what I used back then. I get in the car, I lock the door, and I'm watching the staircase. I'm thinking my problem's gonna come from straight ahead. Put the slide hammer in, and I'm just making sure that this screw don't break. And all of a sudden I hear dot, dot, dot at the window. And I turn, and it's an old woman. And she's waving to me. Hi. I went, oh, how you doing? How you doing? And she starts walking. She gets to the front of the car, which is where the staircase is. And she turns around, and she looks at me. By that time, the screw's in. Bang, bang. And she walks up the stairs. And I'm going, bang, 3 times, boom. The slide hammer comes out of my hand, hits the window. I'm surprised it didn't go through it. Cylinder out. Now I'm getting my screwdriver out. By this time, she's at the top of the stairs, and she's hearing this bang, bang, bang. And the mafia guy's wife comes out. Now, she must have been in her 50s. She comes out. They're both talking. Now I'm starting the car. And the woman comes running down the stairs. The other one that tapped on my window, she just stood there. Hey, what are you doing? In a real Italian accent. Hey, what are you doing? What am I? Husband's car, zoom, in reverse. I'm stealing it. Wow! I pulled out. So as I'm pulling out, I see the mafia guy in his underwear running down the staircase with a baseball bat. He's got a baseball bat. Now Roy is down. Now I had to go this way. Now another thing about Brooklyn. I don't know Brooklyn from nothing. I would always get lost going to Brooklyn. So this place was on I think it was Cropsey Avenue, not too far from the Verrazano Bridge. So I knew once I got to the Verrazano Bridge, I was good. I get on the BQE and I would go right to Queens. So now don't forget, this is a big Lincoln. I think it was a 71, 72 with a 460 cubic inch engine, big engine, and the thing was fast. You know, you might look at those big old cars. Back then, they were fast. So I come out of the driveway, spin the car around. I wanted to go that way, so I wound up going the wrong direction, right towards our boy Roy. And I'm coming, and they're all coming out. Now, I can't see this, but Roy can, because he's got the binoculars. He's got the binoculars, and he must have been, he was, oh shit. And I'm coming now. Now, once I'm going, it's a two-way street. It's like an avenue, and I'm right in the middle. And as I'm getting closer to Roy's double park car, I lean over a little bit to the left and went, woo! And he was in his Cadillac, he was in his own car. Woo! I went right past him. Gone. So now they're coming out, they're getting into cars. I went about 3 blocks, made a couple of turns, and I lost them as well as myself. Now it's like 12 o'clock at night. I don't know, there's not that many people on the street. I had to fool around. And then I look at the gas gauge, and the light came on. No gas. Oh. And I knew how important this car was to Roy and Joey, especially Joey. I didn't give a crap about him. And I was going to get double my what I got paid for stolen cars, which was $250. So I was going to get $500, which I did get $500. So I take off, I get lost. I get to a gas station, I put gas in it. I drove the car to 44th Street in Astoria, between Astoria Boulevard and 25th Avenue, right under the railroad trestle. And now the plan was, oh, and the other thing, he says, you're not getting paid no money until you give me the plates, you give me the tag, and you give me the inspection sticker. And I think at that time they had a registration sticker too in the window, so there was 2 that would come back to the. So anyway, so this was the tag job. Maybe I forgot to tell you this. So the whole plan was to steal these cars back, remove the vehicle identification number, the license plate, and scrape off the perforated numbers on the inspection sticker and the registration sticker, pull the VIN out, and then when the car would get recovered by the police, it would go back to the legitimate owner, not the mafia guy, because he doesn't really own this car. So I get to 44th Street, which was an area where I lived, so I felt comfortable. It was 114th precinct. So I had a chisel and I had a hammer. And I start chiseling out the glass, the windshield, because it was on the dashboard and on the driver's side. And I'm chiseling it out, because usually you take the whole windshield out, but this time I just wanted the VIN. And now I'm having a hard time getting the VIN out. I didn't have the right tools. Finally, I got it out. Boom. I scraped off the stickers on the windshield, got the plates, put them in a bag. Next morning I go down and I got it. So, and back then we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have beepers. It was the next morning I went back and I handed all the shit. So Roy was like, I couldn't believe that. He said about 10 people came out of that house. They got it in cars and they all drove right past him. He saw them all driving right past him. So anyway, that was 1 car down, 2 to go. We'll get to that in our next video. So guys, please like and subscribe. And like I said, look at my book here. Hey, let's buy a copy of my book and give it to somebody for a Christmas present. Why don't we do that? So again, it's getting close to the holidays now. I want to wish everybody a happy holiday, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, or whatever fate you are. Have a special and great holiday.